for coming to learn with me, Mrs. EK. Today we're going to work with prefixes. A prefix is a meaningful word part that we add to the beginning of a word. So if you already have the word, you add it to the beginning of a word and it changes its meaning. Today we're going to learn the meaning of a couple of prefixes to help us figure out the meaning of the new word. One of our prefixes we'll work with is dis, un, and in. Dis and un can mean not or the opposite of. In has two meanings. It can mean in, like when you go inside, right? Or it could also mean not. Today, we're going to work with the meaning not. All right? Will you go ahead and read these prefixes with me? Dis, un, and in. Nice job. I have a lot of words for us to practice today. These words are going to have the prefixes dis, un, and in. And remember, they're going to mean not or the opposite of when we add it to that word. Let's get started. All right. We're going to add the prefix un to the word happy. Our new word is going to become unhappy. What word? Unhappy. You're right. Oh, what is something that might make you unhappy? Something that might make you not happy. Oh, that doesn't sound happy. Do you have an unhappy face you could show me? Oh, I don't want to look at all those sad faces. Let's move on to the next word. Let's add the prefix dis to the word appear. Find out our new word. We'll have disappear. What word? Disappear. You're right. So to appear means to be seen, right? If you disappear, it is the opposite of appear. So it is to not be seen. I might disappear from the camera. Let's try our next word. We're going to add the prefix in to the word active. See what our new word will be. Inactive. Inactive. Nice. So to be active is to move your body, right? So you might jog in place. You're being very active. But if you are inactive, you are not active. Maybe you're being a couch potato. That happens sometimes. And you just want to sit on the couch all day and be inactive. Don't do that too long, though. Our next word is, let's figure it out, the prefix un added to the word usual. Unusual. Unusual. You're right. So something that is usual is something that is normal, something that would be regular. You might see it quite often, right? But something that is unusual is not very usual. It's not common. So I drew a couple pictures of a tree. Let's try to figure this out. This is a picture of a tree that you might usually see. It's pretty common, yeah? Got a couple apples there. And then I drew an unusual tree. What do you think about that one? You're right. It's very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen a tree like that before. Let's move to our next word. Our next word, we're going to add the prefix dis to the word connect. Disconnect. What word? Disconnect. Yes. And to connect means to put something together, right? So if we disconnect, it's going to be the opposite of putting together, which would be like taking apart. So if my charger was connected, it is together. But if I disconnect it, I will do the opposite and I will take it apart. sometimes they might say, disconnect the charger, and you'll pull it out the plug, right? You will take it apart. All right, and our last word, we're going to add the prefix in to the word complete. We have incomplete. What word? Incomplete. Nice. So complete means to finish something. So if something is incomplete, it is not complete. It is not finished. I was working on a coloring the other day, and if you notice, it's not finished. So this coloring would be incomplete. I still would have to work on it later. Nice. All right, scholars, why don't we try to read these words one more time? You ready? All right. Unhappy. Disappear. Inactive. Unusual. Disconnect. And incomplete. Now it's going to be your turn to practice writing these words with the prefixes dis, un, and in. All right? You're going to see some sentences pop up, and they're going to have a missing word. You'll see a blank in its spot. You're going to choose one of these words to complete the sentence. That's right. Those sentences will be incomplete because they will be missing a word. But you'll be able to complete them. I'm sure you will. I'll wait here while you go get a paper and something to write with. All right, scholars, are you ready? Nice. All right, will you read the sentence with me? Are you when it snows outside, or does it make you smile? Remember, we're going to add one of these words to our sentence to complete it. Which word are you going to write down? Are you when it snows outside, or does it make you smile? Well, that word or tells us that there's one choice or another. So either it makes you smile or it doesn't. What kind of feeling would be the opposite of not smiling? You're right, that unhappy face. Did you choose unhappy? You're right. Let's reread that sentence with our word there. Are you unhappy when it snows outside, or does it make you smile? What about you? Does it make you unhappy? Sometimes I love looking at the snow. It's beautiful, right? But it definitely is cold. All right, let's read our second sentence. It is very to see a dog walking on 2 feet. That sounds silly. Which word are you going to write down to finish that sentence? What would it be to see a dog walking on 2 feet? Is that something you would normally see? Did you write down the word unusual? Nice work, scholars. You're right. That is not something we would usually see. Dogs walk on all 4, right? And if we see a dog walking on 2 feet, that would be very unusual and pretty silly. Will you reread that sentence with me? It is very unusual to see a dog walking on 2 feet. All right, let's keep moving. When it gets warm out again, the snow will just until next winter. What word are you going to write down? What happens to the snow once it gets really warm? It melts, yep. Which word could help describe that? Did you write disappear? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because when the snow is all gone, we can't see it anymore. And that means it has disappeared. Nice work. Will you reread that sentence with me? When it gets warm out again, the snow will just disappear until next winter. All right, last sentence, scholars. Let's read. Only half of our garden has been planted, so the job is, which one of those words is going to fit in that sentence? If only half of the garden is completed, that means it's not all the way done. Did you write incomplete? You're right. They still need to finish the garden. So it's not completed yet. So only planting half of it is incomplete. Let's reread our sentence, scholars. Only half of our garden has been planted, so the job is incomplete. Nice work today, scholars. We practice writing words with the prefixes dis, un, and in. I want you to keep practicing those words and see if you can find some in the books you're reading at home. Maybe they give you clues into what the word means. Because remember, dis, un, and in can mean not or the opposite of.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by, and by viewers like you. Thank you.